The law of attraction is always going to prove your beliefs right. The law of attraction is always going to look at what you're thinking about yourself, what you're thinking about the external world, the limiting beliefs that you have about how much money you can make, the relationship that you could have, the relationship that you're in, not being where it should be, thinking about yourself not being where you should be, thinking about all the things that you don't have, thinking about all the lack that you have present in yourself. The universe is always going to prove you right. And so when you see your limiting beliefs, maybe this is the first time you've ever viewed yourself, you've ever veered into yourself for the very first time. You looked into yourself for the very first time, unfiltered, in silence. You see yourself and it's actually pretty scary. Or you may see yourself and it's like, wow, I'm actually pretty effed up. There's a lot of negativity in there. My mind is very negative towards me. Because when you have that initial feeling, that initial euphoria of, wow, I am not my mind, first of all, you'll never be the same, one. But two, a lot of the things that your mind thinks about is things that the external world has put onto you. The external world has put you in this position. The external world has put you in this place of believing that you're not good enough if you don't have these situations by this age, at this time, in this generation. If you don't have this many followers, then you're not good enough. If you don't have this type of relationship or this type of girl which is this pretty. Oh yeah, this girl is nice, but she's not pretty enough. Well, if a girl's watching this video, you could obviously change it. Like, oh, if a girl likes a boy and she's been poisoned by social media and how a man should have $1 million by 18 years old, and he should have his dream car and dream house, and he should have his life figured out. Most people who are like that don't have their lives figured out. It's all just propaganda to make you keep chasing, or to keep you under, or to keep you in this mental state of there's a hierarchy of life, that there's people who are better than you and there's people that are worse than you. You don't want to be like the people who are worse than you, and you're separate from the people who are worse than you. See, one thing awakening does is awakening gets rid of the space between the hierarchy. You stop basing your worth off of how much money you have or what kind of house and car you have, where you live, what type of work do you do? Are you an entrepreneur or do you have a boss? And people will make you feel bad for having a boss. Whole time there's nothing wrong with what you're doing in the first place. You know what awakening does? Awakening awakes you to the truth of the world. And that if you have negative beliefs about your life, if you believe that the world sucks, the world's no good, the world is super dangerous, everyone's dangerous, nobody can be trusted, all women ain't shit, all men ain't shit, what do you think you're gonna get? What do you think you're gonna attract? What do you think are the type of people you're gonna attract? You're gonna attract the type of people who believe this same kind of mentality. They believe these same thoughts. You're going to start attracting situations and relationships that put you into this place where you affirm that, yeah, these type of people ain't shit. And that's unfair because you know that that's not true. Intuitively, from a soul's perspective, if we ask consciousness, what does it think about the woman population? Or if you're a woman, what does consciousness think about the male population? Well, consciousness doesn't think, but we're just, for the sake of this scenario, what does it think? It wouldn't have an opinion. Women are as they are. Men are as they are. I'm not here to say that anybody's perfect. I'm not here to say that I'm perfect. I'm not here to say you're perfect. We all have a body. We all have a mind. We have a soul. We all have to take care of ourselves. And if you're on this channel, then you believe that you should take care of yourself in a very holistic way. You believe that you should escape the rat race and live a life of entrepreneurship and freedom. When really I'm just teaching you ancient Zen spiritualism, which is just Escape your mind. Because a lot of the times when you're chasing something that you think is good for you, it's really just the outside world that planted that seed in your head that makes you want to chase it. And it makes you believe that it's just hard, rigorous work. And sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. In order to be the best at something, you have to train rigorously. You have to train hard. And me saying this does not mean that you can't have any goals. Like, oh, I'm a soul, so I should just be a couch potato. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that instead of looking at the work as just work and it's painful and it sucks and you don't enjoy it, look at it as play. Look at your life, instead of looking at it as a struggle, look at it as a dance. Look at it as I'm just going through the flow of life, and whatever I want to do, I'm going to do, and whatever I don't want to do, I'm not going to do. And that's me being authentic. Now, that doesn't mean go and rob a bank. Like, oh, I can do what I want. Let me go rob a bank. No. Let me go commit a crime. No, that's not what you do. Once again, we have a mind and a body. We still have rules and laws that we have to live by. This is the world that we live in. But don't allow someone on the internet or even someone in your life, immediate life, make you feel bad for what you're doing. Because a lot of times it's projection. A lot of times it could be your parents or your siblings projecting their insecurities onto you for them not going out and pursuing their dreams or doing what they want. They feel threatened by you doing what you want. They feel threatened by you not giving them the emotional response that they really desire, that they subconsciously desire, that the mind desires, because that gives the impression that you care. And the awakened being knows that you don't need an emotional reaction to know that I care. I can care without showing emotion. Emotions are just emotions, just like thoughts are just thoughts. And beliefs are thoughts that you think all the time. And emotions are the body's reaction to the mind. Sometimes having your head in the sand is good if the alternative is focusing on something that creates a point of attraction of things that you don't want. And that then causes a manifestation of things that you don't want. The more that you focus on things that you do not want, or you focus on the reality that you don't want, or you're constantly affirming like, yep, the world sucks, the world is broken, everything sucks, relationships suck. And yeah, the dating market is crazy. The dating market sucks. Yes. But why affirm that? But why constantly think about that? But why constantly hate about it? Why constantly go online and be like, yeah, it sucks, man? Why push the pain out? Why not just accept that this is the way things are? Accept that, yeah, that's just what it is. Life can be fair, life can be unfair. I don't have to look at it as fair or unfair. I don't have to look at things as good or bad. I don't have to look at days as good or bad. I don't have to look at things as right or wrong. I know right and wrong morally, but I'm detached. And the mind can never truly understand spirituality. In fact, it may even get pissed off at this because I'm taking away its fallback. I'm taking away its ability to be a victim. So maybe you should stop living as a victim. Maybe you should stop living in this mentality of victimhood. And maybe you should get out of your mind and just be there and breathe. You don't have to move forward. You don't have to move backwards. You're there as you are. And if you want to make change, you have to make those changes now, because now is the only time there is. Live, laugh, learn, and love. I love you. Mwah.